Hello, my name's Tragic O'Hara and today I'm getting a job. First thing I want to do is I want to apologise in advance for the clickbaity title. Like, I don't really know, but it is. I'm getting a job and I'm going to tell you why. The why is going to be a prominent theme through this. There's certain aspects of what I do that are quite difficult, right? One of the things is, like, I don't really know what I do. I'm not saying that to be like an artiste. I don't mean it like that. Like, I'm not really a graffiti artist. Like, I'm not. I kind of fit in there, but I'm not really a graffiti artist. Like, I don't write letters. I don't do predominantly just kind of graffiti stuff. I play music. Like, when I was playing music, for example, like, I turned up with an acoustic guitar and I was too loud to fit in with the folkies, but I wasn't loud enough to fit in with the rock and roll bands. Like, it's just, I don't know what I do. And that's the problem. That's a problem because it then doesn't make what I do real, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not a real thing, or it wasn't a real thing. That's how it feels. So, for example, when I'm pricing stuff, which I really struggle with, like, I really struggle with pricing stuff, and I think a lot of people do, because I don't think what I do is a real job, then I undervalue what I do. In my head, I always think that there's a fine line between what you're worth and greed. I don't want to be someone that's like, oh, it's £1 million for that. Like, ridiculous prices for things. Like, when I was pricing exhibition stuff, someone else has, every exhibition I've ever had, someone else has done it for me, like priced the things, because I'm horrific. But, right, you can see, just even saying that, all the problems that have just appeared just with that particular bit, because I don't have a job description. I don't have a job description. Or I didn't have a job description. That's my job. That's my job. I've written it out. I was here late on Friday night, and that was my table, and I've written it out. This is my job description. And I just want to say the reason I'm doing this is because, so I'm not the biggest YouTuber in the world. I don't even class myself as a YouTuber. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not in my job description, right? But put it this way, everyone I talk to who watches what I do say, the thing I like about your videos and the things you make is it's honest. You're really honest. So there you go, right? So that's why I'm doing this, because I'm just going to be honest. I don't know what I'm doing. I've not got a clue. Like, I really don't. I'm fumbling in the dark, or I was, right? I can't express how much that's helped to write a job description. But listen to me. I'm going to take you through it. As I said, the why is a prominent thing through this, okay? That's my job description. It's mine. You'll never know what it is, right? It's 3 lines, it's 3 sentences, and a couple of notes, but it's my job description, right? Whatever you're doing, if you want to go down a route of something, right, go and write your job description. Don't show it to anyone. You just have to trust me. I'll do my job. That's it, right? I've written the job description. I'm going to do the job, but it's mine. It's my job. I might show you one day what I wrote. But see, right now, it's too personal. It's just too much to share that bit now. But that's my job. Now, I went from the why backwards. They used to, what is it they taught you at school? Like, who, what, where, when, why, right? You know, why's the last thing? That shouldn't be the last thing. That has to be the first thing. Why am I writing a job description? Because it's difficult to quantify what it is I do. That's why I wrote my job description. And it's there, and it's mine. That's my job description. I've not rehearsed this. This is like, I did write on this when I was writing it. It's too complicated for a PowerPoint presentation, right? So I've not rehearsed this. I'm just waffling, okay, in a way. But I've got some sort of numbers to kind of take you through what I'm doing. So that's the what. That is what I do, my job description. The rest of the stuff in here fits into my job. This is what I do now, okay? So, who? The people that watch. I've written my fans because it's part of the 1,000 fan theory thing that I've spoke about before. These are the people who watch what I do. In a way, I work for you, in a way, but I'm not taking, like, you're not my boss. That's what I mean. I don't mean like that. I mean, but like, if someone's watching, I'll keep going. That's it. At the end of the day, if there's even if there's one person watching this, I'll keep going, right? And even if they stop watching, I'll probably keep going, right? Like, that's just, that's what I mean. This is I don't know, like, I've never done this before. I don't know what it is, but I based it around the people that are saying things to me like, I really like how honest you are in your videos. And I really like how you show the bits that go wrong. Like, so there, that's why I'm doing this. I'm showing you the bits that I think I'm getting right and the things I'm getting wrong, right? So my fans, it's so weird to say it, right? There's some of this stuff's a bit mad and it's just written up, right? Should have probably covered that, but maybe you won't be able to read it. Who cares, right? I know what I mean by it. I know what I mean by this, okay? Now, some of the language and some of the things that you see in here might go, wow, that's horrific. But it is me. There's no hate in this. Like, it's just proper. This is just what was in my head at the time. Something makes sense, something doesn't. I mean, I've written about Fight Club and putting feet in a couch. First rule of Fight Club is don't talk about Fight Club, and the second rule is no feet in the couch. Like, it was just stupid. It was just whatever was coming to my head, and that was wrong, so I'm moving on. So, why? This is what was it again? This is the who. This is who I'm trying to sell to. That's my business plan. This is it, right? So this is who I'm trying to sell to, is the people who enjoy what I make, right? And the things that I do. All the things that I create and all that sort of stuff fit into my job description. If you would like to watch how this unfolds, then continue watching. That's what I'm saying. The job description, and this is who I'm trying to sell to. So the job description, business plan, do you know what I mean? That's the strategy. This is who I'm selling to. As you can see, I've written things like revenue, no ads if I can afford it, all that sort of stuff, right? Now, I'm trying to keep the honest bit. That's the most important thing. I'm trying to keep the honest thing as much as I can. Keep it as honest as I can and upfront and all that sort of stuff, which is why I'm writing this sort of thing. As you can see here, right, I wrote no pigs. I didn't mean no pigs as in police are fine, which is why I wrote that 2 seconds after. I mean no pigs as in animal, like the animal farm pigs. We're all equal. All of us are all equal, right? It's not like some are more equal than others. Like, it's not like the animal farm pigs. It's not like that. It's like we're all equal. These aren't. So this isn't even keel. This isn't like Coca-Cola trying to sell you, like, oh, drink your stuff. We know it's terrible for you. Do you know what I mean? But drink it. Like, it's not like that at all. Well, I hope it's not like that. There's nothing like that in this. This is my justification of pricing myself the way I price myself. It's the way that I pitch ideas to people. It's all that stuff, right? And it's equal. It's equal. Everybody should get a shot. Do you know what I mean? So that's it. That's what I mean by this. I really hope when I watch this back it makes sense, right? I've pitched this to 3 people, right? My wife has heard me all weekend talking about this, right? I phoned my pal Sean, which is why it says show this to Sean, and then Dave for the skate park yesterday, I phoned him and gave him the pitch and he was like, I understand it. Cool, man. Right, so now for this to be equal, there's a wee side thing in here that kind of annoys me in a way, but for it to be equal, it has to be a certain way, and the things I've got in my head that aren't written up, the equality thing comes up quite a lot. Not like a pure leftist, like, I don't mean it like that, I just mean everybody's equal. Do you know, if you want me to work for you and do stuff because you like what I do, I'm not going to price you out the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. I'm trying to find a way that I can engage with people, that everybody gets something that they want, but the main reason they're contacting me is because they like what I do. Like the guitar that I just painted. When Guitar 53 phoned me up and said, oh, I'd like a guitar, they sent me a message on Facebook, like, I'd like a guitar painted. I'd just like a 5 and a 3 on it, but I just want you to be you. I just want you to do your thing. And the same way a place I was painting at recently, Transformation Central, Mark went like that, I just want you to do you. So I painted post-it notes up on the board because we spoke about vision boards and things. I painted post-it notes up on the wall because we spoke about vision boards and all that sort of stuff. So that's why that happened. He wanted to work with me because he'd seen what I do and he was like, I just want you to do something because I think you'll do something that I like. That's the people I want to work with. That's my key demographic. Like, that's the people I really want to work with. This isn't going to happen overnight. Like, this isn't something that, like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and, like, I'm only going to get that. And I'm not saying if you don't know what you want, don't contact me. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I'm trying to develop a way where everyone's equal. Where if you don't know what I do, there's a way to find out, sort of thing. Like, I started my creative career off as a youth worker. I started in community engagement, and I still do community engagement. I still work with communities. I still do groups. Like, I was doing a group last night for young people. I'm doing a group tomorrow night. I've worked with charities. I've done all that sort of stuff. That's where I'm from. Like, I didn't go to art school. If I was doing anything, it would have been a community development or a community worker degree. If I was doing anything, that's what it would have been. It would have been some sort of social thing. And believe it or not, I was advised against it. Don't go doing it because you might get boxed in. Like, just keep it. You'll figure it out. I was advised by someone I really trust. Don't do it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Anyway, to make it equal, right? The only way I can kind of sum this up is to say it like this, right? The independence referendum in Scotland, regardless of how you voted, that is not why I'm bringing it up. But I'm telling you this, everyone that voted in that thought they were going to win. Everyone, right? Why they thought they were going to win? Why they thought they were going to win was Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that social stuff is a total echo chamber. That's what that is. That chooses what you should see. That's what that does. That's the algorithm is based up in that sort of way to go, I only want you to see this because you're more likely to like this. That's dangerous. That is so dangerous because you can't have, like if everybody just said the same, if I just hung about with people that just said the same thing as me, I'd never progress. See the amount of times I've been working in someone and someone's came in that has never lifted a paintbrush in their life, strummed a guitar and went, do it like that, and I go, 3 weeks? Do you know what I mean? Like they look at it completely different because that's not where their level of expertise is. That's why echo chambers are dangerous, which is bringing me to this thing. So I'm starting a newsletter, right? I've had a newsletter for years. I've been looking for the why. It's in my phone. I'm looking for the why I'm doing a newsletter. This is why I'm doing a newsletter. You can opt in to see what I do. I'm still going to post to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that sort of stuff because that's for growth. Like that's that sort of thing. I can't not use the tools that have been provided to us. Like YouTube, for example. Can't not use those tools. But I don't need to use them the way that they want me to use them. So I'm going to start a newsletter. So if you're interested in my job description, please sign up to my newsletter. That's where I'm putting the stuff that I think is important to share, right? But I'm going to be honest and upfront about it. There'll be adverts in it. I mean, if I'm selling a t-shirt, it's going to be in it. You don't need to buy it. You don't need to buy them, but there'll be adverts. There's also other things I'm going to put in there, like opportunities. Like if I'm looking for someone, because I'm constantly looking for other people to work with. So if I'm looking for someone to build an app, for example, I'll put it in my newsletter. That'll go in there. Like that's where it's going to go. Put it in Facebook and all that too, but I'll put it in my newsletter. Like that's because you're opting into that. Now that is open to all. Newsletter's open to all because it's about equality, right? Open to everybody. Black, white, gay, trans, all that stuff doesn't matter, right? If you want to be part and see what the job description is, sign up. The opposite is true as well. See if you vote Tory, sign up. It doesn't bother me, right? Because the only way things change is by putting everything's equal. I'm getting proper preaching out and I don't mean it, right? But that's the thought process behind it, right? Like it's just open. Just if you're interested in this, just join up. I'm not going to spam you. It's probably going to be once a month, right? That I'll put something out with maybe some things. Or like things I've found. Like if I've found something that's made my life a bit easier, then join up. The type of people that I think they'll sign up to this is people that are maybe trying to do their own thing or want to just are interested. Like that's it. So I want to give you value, right? And it'll come through the newsletter. It's not going to cost anything. You can sign up on my website, tragicohara.com. Right, when I say it's open for everyone, I'm a youth worker. So the newsletter's open for everyone, including young people, right? So if you're a young person watching this and you want to learn more, sign up to the newsletter. Do you know why? Because Wu-Tang is for the children. That's why. Because Wu-Tang's for the children. There's nothing in this that's going to be horrible. Like and the way that I'm gauging this is by my kids, right? I see some of the stuff my kids watch and it's horrific. It's a 20-minute long advert. That's it. Buy this. I see it as being dishonest. They still watch it, right? I was advertised to as a child. Transformers, He-Man. They were just adverts, 30-minute long adverts. It's not changed. The medium's changed. It's no longer on a Saturday morning. It's on 24/7. That's the problem, right? So Wu-Tang is for the children. If you're a young person and you want to sign up to the newsletter, by all means do it, right? Now, I use my kids as a measurement of what I think is acceptable, okay? I don't curse, right? I don't use swear words, right? I've tried to blank out some of them because this was my thought process. This was what was going on in my head. So there might be a couple of swear words in it. I've tried to cover up and stuff like that. But a very important thing, and this thing here, rule 0.5, there's a reason for that. Rule 0, the justification for everything I do, right? And it's this, don't be a dick. That's it, right? So that's the only swear word I'll ever say. Don't be a dick, right? So that goes for me, but it goes for other people as well, and that's my unit of measurement, okay? So for example, if someone gets a hold of me and they're like, I really want you to do something for my business that I'm trying to get up off the ground. I've kind of got the same ethos as you, like I'm going to give back and all that, but I'm not at that point yet, but that's where I'm going, right? Can you help me? Of course, because I'm not a dick. Rule 0.5, right? But in turn, don't lie to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's it. And if that's the, so when I charge someone who has got it the money that I think I'm entitled to through my job description, I'm doing that. Why? We'll get there in a minute. But why? Like, I've got things to pay. Like, I'm not greedy. If this works and I become bigger than the Beatles, like which I don't think, right? And that's not the reason. But if this works and I end up making stuff, I'm not buying a BMW. I'm buying an old van and doing it up. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like, that's what I'm in. Look at what I'm surrounded by. It's not about the money. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. That's a rule. That's a rule right there. Okay. Now that was my who. Yeah, that was my who. So I'm on my where. Where am I doing it? I'm going to get. Let me take a cup of coffee before I say this. A wee emotional bit's coming up, right? Okay, just forewarning. Where am I doing it? With my family, that's it. I don't care where I am. I don't care where I am on planet Earth. I'm doing it with them in mind. They come first. I ain't immigrating to go and chase something, right? But that, do you know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm doing it, is with them. They come first. That's my rule 0. That's a close second. That's my 0.5. That's my first 0. And it should be yours too. It should be yours too. So for example, when I say that, like, if I'm selling t-shirts and you've not got the money to buy a t-shirt, don't think that you need to buy it, right? Because that comes first. I don't want paywalls. I don't want all that sort of stuff. And I'll try my best to justify it, right? If it gets to the point where I think that I need to put a paywall up, I'll be asking myself this question: is that why I'm doing it? Or am I doing it because of that? Like, I need to eat. They need to eat. I need to look after them, right? That's why I wrote this. To bear that in mind, in some sort of way, it's not about my value. It's about what I value as being a provider for the people there. That's it. And you should be doing the same, okay? It's not about you. It's a bigger picture, right? So, there we go. That's that bit there. That's the emotional bit out the way. Okay? Right. How am I going to do it? Who, what, where, when? We're covering the why constantly. How am I going to do it? Do we need to start here? Let's have a wee peek. Oh, right, well there's a why, right? Because I hate pricing, that's it, right? I hate the pricing thing. Now when I try and work with lots of people and I do different things, and I actually have rates that I do for charities compared to rates that I do for private businesses, but then the private business it's a grey area, because there's some people out there that I know quite well that I've done work with before that, yep, they're a private business, but they're not a private business the way BP Oil are a private business. They're a small business, they're a local business somewhere. Right? And I try and help as much as I can, because I get the ethos of where they're coming from. Just because it's a company doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? There's another how coming up, right? That's led me onto this. But how am I doing this? I'll tell you how I'm doing this. By chasing the walrus. That's how I'm doing this. All this stuff here is going to be, I'm chasing the walrus. That's it. Keep chasing the walrus and hopefully all this stuff will fall into place. There's another how, part 2. Which is why I'm going to start a company. Right now I'm a sole trader. I had a company beforehand that was named something else about 3 or 4 years ago that was like, I was advised by an accountant and stuff and all these different things to start a company, work all that sort of way, use some of the legal things to help yourself get better and build money and all that sort of stuff, right? Now, the way that company was set up was never to expand. That's how it was set up. And I literally have just realised that there. That company was never set up out to expand. It was to get enough money to scrape through. That's what that was for. And stay underneath tax and all that sort of stuff. Like, that's what it was. It wasn't like having a bank account on an island somewhere. It wasn't like that. It was just like using the guidelines that the government have written out to try and keep as much of the hard money that you've earned. Because I was paying VAT. Like, it wasn't. You're always paying tax on everything you do. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you go and buy a Mars bar, you've paid tax. I'm starting a company and it'll be Tragic O'Hara, right? And right now I'm the only employee. Okay, right now. But I would like to think that it'll grow. Do you know what I mean? Maybe we can start working with other people, start some stuff up with other like-minded individuals that understand this bit. That like, oh, I get that, right? As much of a mishmash as this is, they get that. And they believe in rule 0 and rule 0.5. Because I ain't in it to make hundreds of money. Sounds like a cliche, but it's the truth. I'm not. If I was in it to make hundreds of money, this place would be full of plastic pipes and I'd be selling it to plumbers on eBay. That's what I'd be doing. If I just wanted to make money, I'd be doing something like that. Low overheads, making hundreds of money. It's not about that. So I'm setting the company up, right? Be Tragic O'Hara, I'll be the employee or whatever. Like, I don't know how the structure is, which is why I'm asking this on the video. Anyone that knows all this stuff, can I please have some advice, right? Like, on that kind of thing. I'm starting a company, right? I don't know how to do that, and I don't have I don't have an infinite amount of resources to pay for that sort of stuff. All I'm looking for is maybe half an hour, an hour's worth of someone's time to take me through what it would be, how much it would cost. And let me tell you again, man, like, if this person, whoever this person is willing to do this for me and understands the ethos and what I'm trying to do and all that sort of stuff, then you'll be the person I use forever. Like, loyalty is a huge thing. Like, there's guys, like, I've written folks, Shred Skate Park, for example, totally loyal to they guys. Like, that's the truth, man. There's other companies that I'm like, you need me, I'm there. Know what I mean? Because you have, it's never been said, but you've always adhered to this rule. So you're always going to be cool in my book. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. So I need some advice on that, but that's the bit that I don't really know how to do yet. I need to speak to people. So if you know someone, please help me out. All right, that's that bit done. What's this bit up here? Oh, you've not to see that bit, and you've not to see that bit, you've not to see the other bits. Right, okay. Right, for this whole bit here to work, I'm only asking one thing, and it costs nothing, right? Engage. That's it. That's all I'm asking you to do, is if you've watched this video to this point, please leave a like, please comment, share with a friend. See if you signed up to the newsletter that comes through, share it with someone that you think will, like, they might get this, or share it with someone who's maybe starting their own business or doing something like that, and they're going, look, this guy's building a business chasing a walrus. Know what I mean? If that guy can do it, you should be able to sell golf clubs. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, right? So that's all I'm asking, is just please engage, and I'll engage back. Like, I'm not saying it's a one-way system. Like, for example, like, I use my friend's music. Send me some music, man. Always looking for music to use. I've got a folder on my computer, like, of music that people have said, you can use any of mine. I like things to fit in place. I like it to have context. So I don't want to just use a random track over the top of something that doesn't fit in, but there's loads in there that I'm just waiting for the time. But I'm running thin as well, right? So if you want me to use your music, send me an email and just say you have permission to use anything that I use. I might set a form up or something, because there is some things like with YouTube that are a bit, another video. Anyway, that's all I'm asking, is engage. That's it. This was a hard video to make, right? Because this is me, and it is now out there. Might be some people there going, the guy's a clown, that'll never work. Well, we'll see, right? But let me just say now, the biggest companies out there, right, are organised in such a way where they have a code of conduct. So they are, right? Every job description has terms and conditions. So do I. Like, that's it. Like, all I've done is replicate something that the world has been using for ages. Now, I interviewed myself for this job, and I got it. It's mine now. It's mine. That's my job, okay? And that's what I'm going to do. It's not going to happen overnight, but I know that's the job. I'm still going to need to do all the other things that I do to try and make things work, but that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. I'm chasing walruses, and I'm sticking to my job description. It's a hard thing to put out and show, because this could be the smartest thing I've ever done, or it could be the stupidest thing I've ever done. It could be one or two. Just because I'm not selling Nike or Max, because I'm not selling shoes or something like that. Like, they've all got terms and conditions like that. Even companies that I like there'll be skateboarding companies out there who have the employees have terms and conditions. Like, that's the thing. Like, anyway, that's going up in that wall, so I see it every day. Thank you very much for watching. Please give me a like, give me a comment, give me a share it with a friend. If you're interested in seeing if this whole thing works, please sign up to my newsletter. I'm not sending one this week, but they'll start coming through, right? Now that I've found the why, and this is the how, right? But the why is the most important thing. Go and sign up to my social media channels, at Mr. Tragic O'Hara, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. And next time, don't know. Oh, I hope this works.